Hello and welcome to another Jay's Politics podcast, part of the Podcast 99 Internet Radio Network. You can reach us at podcast99.org or me directly at jpoliticspodcast@gmail.com or at Twitter at j_brown1981 or at jpolypodcast on Twitter. Today I'm going to be discussing the controversial incident over the weekend with the Covington High Catholic High School kids and the Native American elder that was part of the incident going on. So, what I'm going to focus on is not the actual issue itself, because I think the issue itself is the major problem here. The issue that I think is the major problem here is the issue of, how do I want to put this? The media running with a viral video. So many times since the advent of social media and being able to upload videos instantly to YouTube, to Twitter, Periscope, etc., Facebook, the media has been able to get a hold of it and use it to report on. And they just let things go. Sometimes they'll fact check them, sometimes they won't. But the biggest issue I have is when they don't fact check them. And CNN and a lot of agencies have come out and they haven't apologized for running with it, but they've kind of said, "Oh yeah, we were wrong," and left it at that. And one of the articles that I think was one of the articles that I think was the most telling to me was the CNN opinion from LZ Granderson in regards to the MAGA hat confrontation, as this person likes to call it. So, without further interruption, going to be going over the CNN article, "The Tricky Lesson of the MAGA Hat Confrontation." Now, this was originally posted, I think, Sunday or Monday. What day is it? Monday, the 21st is when it was originally posted. But it was updated as of 1:04 a.m. Eastern Time today. So, I'm not going to play their video. I don't think it really serves much merit to it. But CNN, it was such an easy sell. Images of white kids from Kentucky wearing Make America Great hats, Make America Great Again hats, and antagonizing an elderly Native Americans seems like racism personified, right? Not so fast. For those who believe all President Trump supporters are a bunch of racists, the initial videos that surfaced of a confrontation at the Lincoln Memorial last weekend served as kindling for a fire that has been burning since he was elected November 8th, 2016. Then the story got complicated. No, the story didn't get complicated. The story ran amok. Nobody, and I mean nobody, fact-checked this at all. Nobody looked at what was going on at all with this in the media. They just see the red Make America Great Again hats in a minority and thought racism right then and there. That was all it took. I covered that election from the numerous primary debates to the historic Tuesday night. It has been my experience that a significant number of Donald Trump supporters are racist. It has also been my experience that a significant number are not. Okay, can you give us numbers, Mr. Granderson? I mean, here's my thing. Is when is the media going to be held accountable for their false publications? When are they going to be held accountable for their mischaracterization of people? You're saying a significant number. What's a significant number of the Donald Trump supporters? You know, what was it? Several million people? So what is that? A few thousand? A few tens of thousands? A few hundreds of thousands? A million people? I mean, we're not going to stamp out racism by banning things like hate speech. You have to challenge those things. But I've said that before in the past. I find it rather. What's your definition of significant here? Which one is more significant than the other? While many liberals believe those ubiquitous red baseball caps are a modern day white hood, the truth is they are not one and the same. The initial video clip of the Covington Catholic High School students in which a teenage boy faced off with a Native American elder at the Indigenous Peoples rally was a Rorschach inkblot. The other clips that have since been released, in which a group of black men, self-identified as Hebrew Israelites, are seen taunting not only the students, but hurling racial slurs at participants of the Indigenous Peoples rally, is a reminder. The decline of public libraries and the rise of tablets have made books less popular. But this age-old idiom still remains true. You can't judge a book by its cover. That's true. That's not to suggest that the high school students were all angels, or that none of them harbor disappointing views about diversity. Oh, I'm sorry that not everybody conforms to your views of diversity. I'm sorry that not everybody agrees with what you have to think about diversity. But that's the beauty of being in a country that allows free speech, is it allows us to air our grievances, allows us to have discussions, not one-sided discussions, a back and forth. But you don't want to hear that. I know the progressives don't want to hear that. But the actions of the group of black men who identify as members of the Hebrew Israelites adds depth to a story that many thought was fairly easy to figure out. And all because of a baseball cap. Oh, God. You just can't leave your own. Again, it's an opinion piece. I know that's not what it's supposed to be. Yeah. I know an opinion piece is supposed to be an opinion. That's it. Now, teenage boys are reportedly getting death threats for being part of something that appears a bunch of angry adults started. I don't despise social media, but it certainly lends itself to a mob mentality very quickly. A white woman getting bent out of shape about black people barbecuing in public can quickly become a meme or hashtag thanks to Twitter. But she can also become a social pariah, which is why it is important to resist the urge to grab anything that looks like kindling and toss it onto the anti-Trump flame. Some wise words there, Mr. Granderson, sorry. I know it's kind of slurred there a little bit. Sorry. Being a politically engaged electorate is not only important, it's the heartbeat of a healthy democracy. We're not a democracy. But there is a difference between simply being engaged and being informed. A voter can be as dumb as a doorknob and still be engaged. To be informed takes more than outrage. It takes time. And at least more than the seconds one needs to read a baseball cap. That's it. I thought they would have more to it. But that just leads to my point. That the media, even here, the media is not apologizing for what they're doing. They're just saying, oh, we need to be more careful. Oh, this is that. Oh, here we go. Is this the video I really wanted? Or page I really wanted? Let me make sure that the video doesn't pop up here. Hold on. Yeah, of course. Come on. Let's get this advertisement over. Okay, come on. It's sure wanting to take its time. Okay, it's the same video. They didn't make me sit through an ad, but a video. Okay. So a video that shows white high school students in Make America Great Again hats and shirts mocking a Native American elder shocked the country, leading to widespread denunciations of the teens' behaviors. It was a moment in a bigger story that is still unfolding. A new video, which I will open a link to so I can get the link to it. Hopefully it's still there. Oh, yes, and it's a video that I've actually started watching. Alrighty. Anyways. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Anyways. New video surfaced on Sunday that shows what happened before and after the encounter Friday in front of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington. In the new video, another group taunts the students from Covington Catholic High School in Kentucky with disparaging and vulgar language. The group of black men who identify as members of the Hebrew Israelites also shout racial slurs at participants of the Indigenous Peoples Rally and other passers-by. Again, I'll have the link to the video below, and I will reset the timestamp and everything on it. But the new video adds context to an encounter viewed by many as the latest signs of bigotry infecting the country. Screenshots of a smirking teen staring down the Omaha tribe leader Nathan Phillips spread throughout the internet, sparking widespread outrage. Wow. I'm having a hard time talking today, but it is what it is. But the teen who says he was involved in the encounter said the student's actions have been wrongly interpreted as racist. In his statement, Nick Sandman, I don't know how to pronounce it, I'll say Sandman, said that students decided to raise their voices to drown out the Hebrew Israelites' inflammatory comments, not to intimidate or mock Phillips. Phillips said the teen blocked his escape route. But neither Sandman's statement or the video will be the last words of the controversy. Here's what the video shows. And this is just going to be a rundown of the video. Now, I'm not going to go through it because it is quite lengthy. But what I have yet to hear from the media, what I have yet to hear from anywhere, other than from people who have been outraged by the action of the media, is they're not calling out these black Hebrew Israelites. They're not calling out these black men who were having their own bigotry, their own hatred for people. And they're not calling it out. And I think it's because they're afraid, because they're black men, and most of the media presenters are white, so therefore they don't feel like it's safe for them to call it out. Well, I'm sorry. You cannot have it both ways. You cannot allow for white people to not be able to call people by certain names, certain words, etc., because it's racism, it's prejudice, it's hatred, etc., etc., etc. But only to have it turn back on them, and no, it's okay, it's fine, don't have to worry about it. No, that does not slide. That is not okay. You either, and I know what people are going to say when they come back to when they watch this, and they're going to challenge me on it, is that it's racism is power and prejudice, I believe is what they say. Here, let me pull up to see if Miriam, here we go. And I will back that out. And let's see what Merriam-Webster has to say on it. Racism. The primary definition. A belief that a race is primarily determinant of human traits, capacities that racial differences produce are inherently superior of a particular race. Doesn't say it doesn't have the power of prejudice. Oh, let me go check one other place really quick. Ooh, kitties. let's go to Urban Dictionary. Maybe they'll have a more nuanced. Let's see if they have a more nuanced. Oh, they have a basic definition too that matches the regular definition. Oh. So, I mean, the fact that nowhere in the definitions does it say that you have to have power over somebody to inflict racism. So racism can exist between a black person and a white person, a black person and an Asian, a Native American and a Hispanic. It can all, every one of us, every single race can, in fact, inflict racism against each other. It's time we've got over this kowtowing and delicacy of no, they can't do it because they don't have power or authority over us. That's bullshit. That is entirely time for this to be done. Now, my biggest thing with the whole weekend, and I'm gonna have to end this video here shortly, but my biggest thing over the weekend is the fact that as soon as somebody mentions a Make America Great Again hat or MAGA hat, they automatically assume racist, much like that opinion piece talked about. That is bullshit. That is not at all mean a person is racist. That does not at all mean that. Make America Great Again isn't a slogan about going back to a time when white men owned everything and was in power. No. It's bringing back a culture where we can all be Americans, where everybody has the opportunity of the dream. It's not saying going back in time. It's saying let's progress forward and make America great again. How do we do that? Instead of tearing our nation apart, let's bring our nation together. I don't understand what's so hard about that. Simple bit of logic. But the progressive left and the alt-right don't want to see it that way. So they battle each other and get the rest of the country to split apart. And centrists, much of them like myself, are caught in the middle where we're like, okay, let me talk to the left. Okay, you guys don't want to hear me. You're calling me a Nazi. You're calling me a Trump supporter. Okay, let me go over to the alt-right. Nope. You don't want to talk to me because I talk to the left. You know, I mean, it's like, it's a lose-lose. But my biggest question for all of you, my biggest question for everybody here is this. Since when did this equal this? That's all I have to say on this matter. Like it, hate it, I don't care. The media needs to start fact-checking themselves. The media needs to start doing what journalism is supposed to be, presenting the facts, not a bias, not this is our interpretation of the facts, the facts. Let me, as the consumer of your product, judge whether I want to take it in a left-leaning way or a right-leaning way. I hope you have a great week. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And hopefully you can enjoy whatever the weather is like where you're at. Have a great day.